good luck to the contestants, and I now return the contest back to our contest chair, Mary Neff.
Now it's time to introduce our test speaker. Our test speaker, Sandy Scharf. The title of her speech is Vertically Challenged, Less is More. Vertically challenged, less is more. Welcome, Sandy Scharf.
Am I on? Can you all hear me? I never really thought of myself as being short, but over the past few years, I realize that it's becoming an issue in my life. Have you ever thought of being too tall or perhaps too short as I am? Less height, more issues. And it's becoming more and more of a problem for me in my daily activities. Madam Contest Chair, International Director Pat Johnson, other dignitaries, Toastmasters, and honored guests. When I was in school and they lined us up by height, I was never in the front, but I was never in the back either. I was right in the middle, perfect for me. Then when I got married to my husband, Paul, and we had our first child, Allison, we decided to buy bikes. My bike was going to have a seat on the back, so when we went riding, I could take her with us. So we went to the bike store. We had to pay extra for my bike, not because of the seat. I needed a special-sized frame so that when I sat on the seat, my feet would touch the pedals. Now, go to a department store. They have 2 racks of blouses. One rack is down here. The other rack must be for some giant. And there's never anybody around to help you. I figured it out. I take a hanger with a blouse from the bottom rack, and I maneuver the one on the top. The problem is, it takes a while to do this, and I don't want to go in the dressing room and try on one blouse and have to come out and back and forth. By the time I maneuver 5 blouses down, I'm almost too tired to try them on. From there, you go to the food store. Of course, what I need, top shelf. But there it's not as bad. I could step up on the bottom shelf, hold on, get these cans, and pray that my hand doesn't shake, and the top one comes down on my head, or on my toe, or on the floor. I'm not going to buy a dented can. Worse, the Greek yogurt in Stop and Shop. Top shelf of a refrigerated section. I can't possibly stand up, there's no shelf on the bottom. So I stand there. I waste a lot of time looking for some smiling, kind-looking, tall person that I could ask if they could get down 2 of the large yogurts. And I have to really hope they're kind, because I want to ask them to get the ones that are 4 or 5 rows back. Well, they have the latest dates. Now, in my kitchen, I have a cabinet above the stove, above the microwave, and I can step on my tippy toes and reach the front row of spices. The second row, I have to get the step stool. Third row, a ladder. I am convinced the house is tilted. Or maybe it's just that the kitchen floor is sinking. Now, last week, one of the the head of the special ed department in my school district, works in a different building than I teach in. And he came over, hadn't seen me in months. And he says, "Sandy, how are you? Hi, Bob, how are you?" And he looks down and he says, "Are you getting shorter?" Now it's visually obvious to other people. It's getting worse and worse. I buy women's size clothes, but in slacks, I wear women's petite, length. I haven't figured out yet who these petite people are, because when I buy them, I still have to have them shortened. And lately, I have to take the ones that were already shortened and have them shortened again. And I thought, you know, they're stretching on the hanger. They're not stretching on the hanger. I'm getting shorter and shorter. I have here my driver's license. This license says Sandra Scharf, 5 feet 4 inches. No longer. My license came time to be renewed. I said, "Great, I'm going to go to the motor vehicles, and I am going to have her fix this." So I get in front of the counter, and I said to the young lady, "Do me a favor, please. I'm barely 5'2". Would you please change the height?" And she says, because I said, "If I keel over, they won't know who I am." She says, "If you keel over, you won't care anyway." And she didn't change it. Here's the best one. My husband Paul and I decided last summer to buy a mattress. Have you seen them lately? This high. We go to Macy's. We pick out the mattress with the store clerk. I said, "This is it." He says, "Why don't you get up on it and try it?" My husband jumps right on. It's lying there like King Farouk. I decide I'll get on. Didn't work. Tried this side. Didn't work. I figured I could throw myself and crawl. Wouldn't look very nice in the middle of Macy's. My husband, dear, says he sees what's going on, and he says to the salesman, "Could you do me a favor and lift my wife's legs?" I got on that like that. I liked it. I got off. I said to the salesperson, "I love this, but it won't do. I do not have a room in my bedroom to take a running leap every night to get on the bed. Do you see?" Oh, he said, "That's a 9-inch box spring. We'll sell you a 5-inch. I said, 4 inches? Less, it's going to be great. We bought it, sold. They deliver it. Till this day, my husband and I cannot sit on the edge of the bed and put our socks and shoes on. You see my problem? Less height, more issues. But now, instead of looking at my husband eye to eye, I have to look up. And he's loving every minute of it. Madam Toastman, contest chair.